Jai Hind students, this is Pragati Pandey again with a new part of this chapter, whole number. Okay, so in the previous video we have discussed exercise 2.2 and also discussed question number 3. I think 4 questions we have studied, we have learned, and further that was also your assignment work. Now we will discuss other questions of this exercise. Okay, so moving ahead we will see the question number 4. Actually we have seen question number 4, okay, right? So now we will start question number 5, that is determine each of the sum given below using suitable rearrangement. Okay, basically in this question you have to add, okay, but adding in a simple way doesn't mean the question, because in this question it is saying that you have to arrange them. First you have to arrange them in simpler form, then after you will add, because adding in simple way you can see that there will be several problems or it may be typical. Okay, so first of all we will make it easier as we can do this. Okay, so its first part you can see that 847, 306 and 453. Okay, so first of all we will arrange them in any of the properties, then after we will solve this. Okay, here is your question, that is 847, 306 and 453. So what we will do, I have suppose that this is A, this is B and this is C. So A plus B plus C, in this way we can arrange them first, then after we will solve. Okay, so arranging in the form of this way, that is commutativity property, we will see the condition how it works. Okay, so here in one bracket we have kept these two number and this is out of the bracket. Then after first we will add these two numbers, then after the product which we get from this we will add to this number. So we have got 1606 as a result. Okay, that was our first question, and now we will move to second part. So you can see that here it is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 95 plus 96 plus 97 plus 98 plus 99. So first of all you have to arrange them in a simple form. So making it simple, you can see that this is 1, when added with 99 it will be 100, when 2 will be added to 98 it will be 100, and when 3 will be added to 97 it will also be 100, and when 4 is added to 96 it will also be the 100, and 5 to 95 it will also be the 100. So arranging them in this form will give us the result as 100 in each condition, and we will further add these hundreds and get our result. Okay, so we will see this question how it will be solved. So you can see that this 1 plus 99, 2 plus 98, 3 plus 97, 4 plus 96, 5 plus 95. So this has given 100, this also 100, this also has given 100, it is also given 100, and this one is also given 100. And when we add all these hundreds we will get 500. That will be our answer. Okay, so moving to the next question. Our next question is complete the magic square. Okay, so before doing this question we will first see the magic squares and what are the properties of these magic squares. Okay, then after we will solve this. Okay, so here is our magic square. You can see that magic square is an arrangement of different whole numbers. Okay, it is the arrangement of different whole numbers in the form of a square. You can see that this is the form of a square such that the sum of numbers in any way as horizontally, vertically or even diagonally is the same. Okay, so basically magic squares are those squares in which if you add in this way. 1 plus 1, that is 2, 1 plus 1, that is 2, that is row wise. And if you add column wise, that is 1 plus 1 will also give 2, and here 1 plus 1 will also give 2. That means row wise, column wise, or diagonally the result will be same. These type of squares are magic square. Okay, you can see here that this magic square, its example is given. Row wise it is 1 plus 1 2, in column wise 2, and diagonal wise 2. So in all the three conditions it is equal. So here is our question, that is complete the magic square. First of all, we should consider that what will be the resultant value. Okay, if we consider the resultant value, we can easily fill the numbers between these blocks. Okay, so here is our question number 6. Okay, in the question this one is given. Okay, so first of all we should consider the number which should be the resultant value. Okay, so you can see that if we add them column wise, row wise, that means here you can see that it is row, and if we add 7 plus 5, that will be 12. That means here the number should be present and our resultant value will always be greater than 12. Okay, so we will consider that should be greater than 12. So we will consider it first 15, because here it is 2 and 4, here it is 2 and 7. So we will consider the value to be 15, then after we will fill. So you can see that 7 plus 5 12, 12 plus 3 3, that will be 15. Then after 4 plus 3 7, 7 plus 8, that will be 15. Then after 2 plus 7 9, 9 plus 6, that will be also 15. Okay, now 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 9, that will also be 15. Okay, and here it is 6 plus 8 14, plus 1, that will also be 15, and this one is 9 plus 5 14 plus 1 15. Here we will first recognize the values, that is 4 diagonally also, that will be 4 plus 5 9 plus 6 15, it will also 15. 8 plus 5 13 plus 2 15. So 15 is the correct value to be kept as a result. Okay, and then after according to 15 we will fill the numbers. Okay, so this was our magic square. Okay students, so here our exercise has been completed 2.2, and now moving to next exercise, that is exercise 2.3. So in this exercise the first question is find the difference. So you can do this question, and second question is replace by correct digit. Okay, these two questions are your homework, and the rest of the question, that was magic square, and before that a question was there. These 4 questions are your assignment work. You will solve these 4 questions, and in next video we will discuss the multiplication of addition. Question number 1 is your homework, 2 is also your homework. We will see 3 and 4. Okay, we will see this in this video only. Yes, exercise 2.3, question number 3. Okay, so your question number 3 is find the difference between the smallest 6 digit and largest 5 digits number. Okay, we have to find the difference between these two. So we will see that. You can see here that the smallest 6 digit number is 1 and 50, that will be 1 lakhs. Okay, and our largest 5 digit number will be 99,999. Okay, when we will find the difference between two, you can see that this is 1 lakh, this is 99,999. We will, when find the difference, we will get 1 as our answer. Okay, so this question has been completed. Now we will move to question number 4. Here is your question number 4, that is Mrs. Tandon withdraw rupees 40,000 from her ATM. Okay, in this question it is saying that Mrs. Tandon withdraws 40,000 rupees from ATM. She purchased a TV set. Okay, she purchased a TV set for rupees 23,472 and a table for 1,432 rupees. How much money will left with her? Okay, in this question it is asking that we have to answer that how much money will be left with Mrs. Tandon. Okay, if she has purchased a TV set and also a table, then after what money will be left with her. Okay, so here is the solution of this question. Money withdrawn from the bank, that is 40,000. Cost of TV is 23,472 and cost of table is 1,432. So we will add the cost of TV and table. Okay, so we can get the amount for purchasing. Okay, so here is the cost of TV and this is the cost of table, and now 24,904, this is the cost of both the items. Okay, and amount left with her. In starting she has 40,000 rupees and she has purchased a TV and a table for 24,904. Here we will find the difference between both the values and we have got 15,096 rupees that will be left with her. Okay, so we have completed exercise 2.3 up to question number 4, and from question number 5 to the two other things, properties of multiplication, we will discuss all these in the next video. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy and complete your assignment work. Thank you, class.